All right, I just want to say one last thing about this last sort of dilemma that we encountered in the Euthyphro. So let me go back to my page here. We stopped with this question from Socrates: Are pious things pious because the gods love them, or do gods love pious things because the things are pious? That's a mouthful. But what Socrates is trying to get Euthyphro to think about is, which thing explains the other thing? Right? So we're saying if we have a correct analysis here, we're saying that these things line up exactly. Right? That's what it is to have necessary and sufficient conditions, is for every pious thing to be a thing that all the gods love, and for everything that all the gods love to be a pious thing. They line up exactly, right? The concepts, if you like, overlap completely. But that overlap shouldn't be sort of an accident, right? One of the things naturally explains the other thing. So are pious things pious because the gods love them, or do they love them because they're pious? Okay, and it looks like there's trouble either way, no matter how we answer this, because if things are pious because the gods love them, then apparently the gods make anything pious just by loving it. Right? If it's the God's love that explains the pious thing, or the righteous thing, well, the gods could love anything, right? If the gods suddenly start loving, I don't know, pulling the wings off of flies, and they all love that, right? That would make pulling the wings off flies a pious thing, but that doesn't seem right? This seems to make piety arbitrary. Right? It's just sort of up to the will of the gods, up to the whims of the gods, whatever they happen to love. And that seems right. That seems wrong. If, on the other hand, gods love things because they're pious, right? Then we haven't really answered our original question, right? Because if the gods are just sort of responding to the piety that's sort of already there, as it were, then it would seem that the gods are not responsible for, right, things being pious. Right? They're not sort of the agents of piety. They're not sort of causing things to be pious. They're just responding to some piety, some righteousness that's already there in the world. And so the natural question then is, so what made those things pious or righteous in the world, right? If it's not the God's love that's sort of causing it, that's the cause of it, then what is it? And it's that other thing that I guess I'm interested in. Okay, so thorny little problem here. Euthyphro doesn't really have a good answer here, as you might imagine. And this is often called the Euthyphro dilemma now. Dilemma in the sense that there are sort of two options presented here. But it looks like no matter how we answer, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be sort of in a set of conceptual snarls. Okay, so that's it for now. That's what the Euthyphro is all about. The Euthyphro, as many Socratic dialogues, ends in a kind of puzzle, right? We haven't really made any progress in terms of what the pious is and so on. Okay, that's it for now. We will move on to epistemology in the next sessions here.